We are at 667, no disposition from Clowns County. And what better way to start out the evening than with the fishing expedition, the tactic used by the Clowns County Sheriff's Department, Sheriff's Office. So, this is what happens. These guys go on these fishing expeditions, is what they're called. And they run into natural law suits. This guy must have some bad karma, huh? To have this many bloopers. This is so much indicative of Clowns County. So, feel free to chat if you would like. I'm always trying to leave this here just in case. Ow. So, oh, I was thinking about some different topics for today. I know we left off with go to hell on 666, right? It just came out that way, but conveniently we were able to discuss multiple different topics and aspects of the types of atrocities that do occur. So, this is just for fun here. We'll go ahead and pause that for right now and we'll just check out and see what we can figure out. I know that there's an escape. So, when you're talking about, I want to get to the bottom of what happened, right? So, there's two escaped convicts right now, right? And they murdered somebody, detail officer, from what I understand, and they're still looking for them. But what I'm curious is, excuse me, I am curious to see about what exactly these people did in the first place to get in there and what motivates. See, I like getting to the bottom of issues when CNN starts reporting on stuff, New York Times starts reporting on stuff. Everything's going crazy. I'm not saying that all these are everything they report is bad, but we know that we just need to be careful about accepting everything as solid truth, no matter who it's coming from, really, because you just have to dig and make sure that there aren't any mistakes and nothing suspicious going on. I just would like to know, what did these guys do in the first place? So we'll give CNN a chance, right? So let's just check and see what CNN has to say, okay? Excuse me. Two police officers killed, okay? Two inmates on the run, so we got two prisoners, and I'm going to go ahead and we'll just pause that for right now. Two prisoners involved in fatal shootings of two corrections officers on a bus Tuesday morning in central Georgia apparently have ditched their prison uniforms for stolen clothes. An expanding manhunt is underway for Donnie Russell Rowe, 43, and Ricky Dubose, 24. They were on a state corrections bus with 31 other inmates about 6:45 a.m. when the pair somehow got out of what should have been a locked, gated rear section of the bus, officials said. Excuse me. Let's see. Rowe and Dubose entered the driver's compartment and overpowered and disarmed officers Christopher, Monica, and Curtis Bilyeu while The bus was on State Road 16 between Eatonton and Sparta, Putnam County Sheriff's Howard Sills said. So here these guys are, and of course this is going to be in the way. I'll make it, let's see, maybe go away for just a second, and we'll just kind of check this out and see. All right, look at this guy. I mean, just what in the world? Look at his face. But, all right, so here we go again. Okay, yes, let's go. CNN referencing everything you guys are doing, okay? Yeah, you see this. There's live TV right there. That's what we're doing. All right. At least one of the prisoners shot and killed Monica. Okay, let's just kind of get to the point. They may have been armed. Oh, they may be armed with the officers' Glocks. Let's see. Investigators will analyze the footage from video cameras on the bus to determine how they got free and who pulled the trigger, the sheriff said. But as long as the suspects are missing, he called the matter of who opened fire immaterial for now. I'm a little suspicious about this because they didn't even release the names of the officers immediately, like from the last article I read, and now they are saying. So they didn't immediately release the names of the officers, but now we know it was Christopher, Monica, and Curtis Bilyeu. Okay. So you're going from here, but like, I have their blood on my shoes. Honda Civic. And who knows, they're probably not in that by now if you still haven't caught them. But the thing is that look, this is what I wanted to bring up a point. All right, so $60,000 reward is being offered. The point that I would like to bring up, and I'm sorry it's getting a little late. It's obviously rolling on into the next day. I have to make this every day an update, and I want to make this interesting and as fun-filled, action-packed, full of information about Clowns County and how to correct the situation as possible. So what I would like to bring up is that you see how there is like a state of emergency declared over this situation. All right, you get what happens, okay? We get these two guys that are in the Department of Corrections of Georgia, and we already are suspect of who's in there in the first place. Because look at what we've already went over. You see what we've went over, and you see the types of people that end up in these situations, and you see that a lot of times they're things that are just ridiculous. There's actually no victim in these crimes and so forth. You can imagine the kind of anger that builds up in people that haven't done anything or have done minor things or that just can never get on in life, can never have a chance because of what these people do to them. And you don't know unless you know somebody who's going through this personally. And even if some of these people that you know somebody who's suffering from this stuff, I know some of you still don't pay attention to your sons and your daughters and your children who are going through these situations. I've seen some of you, and I'm not talking about my personal situation necessarily. I'm just talking about that I've witnessed that there's a sentiment that no matter what, that these cops are always right. They're not always right. The law's not always right. There's not ordained God written all over this. Ordained by God, I'm sorry. This is definitely not stuff ordained by God at all. And I bring that up because it's Romans 13 all day. It's just do nothing all day. I'm saved. I'm going to heaven. I've got a mansion. You don't. I do. You're going to hell. I'm not. And that kind of sentiment is insane. It's sick. It's selfish. It's retarded to me. It's really stunted. It's not accurate at all. So I just want to point out, look at the craziness. Look at the outrage of what happened. 2 officers are killed. 2 officers that are in a corrections, job are killed. Now, if 2 firefighters were killed, would they have Nathan Deal all over the place? Announcing that 2 firefighters were murdered Maybe they would. But would they do that for two other individuals? Just what I'm trying to say is just keep that in perspective. Is just we've got a manhunt for who? Like I want to know who these people are and what happened. Exactly. Like why is this stuff? You know, we'll see some of these other. I just want to look and keep digging a little further and see if we can find out a little bit more. Serving a sentence of up to life in prison for armed robbery and aggravated assault in a 2001 case. Okay, you know what? But see, when I look at that, when somebody looks at that, the average person looks at it like, oh, and that's it. But when I see that, I want to know what is the bottom line cause of what caused this in the first place. See, when you get to that and you understand that, you don't just start locking people up, you know, and just throwing away the key. You don't even know what's going on in your town. You don't know that there's torture. You don't know that there's deaths going on in your town with your dollar, or you don't care. And all of a sudden, you get smacked upside the head with natural law. See, natural law is going to triumph over every one of these stupid situations all the time. It's going to see right through all this crap. So, I get excited about that. I'm sorry, but to me, I get sick of the Blue Lives Matter crap. The cops are just your lives are so much more important than the average citizen. It's a freaking joke, and it's the exact opposite. Most of you, a lot of you, need to be in jail and prison. And when I said that police departments get completely shut down, I mean, let's just see what we come up with this. Town of Dixfield shuts down police force over personal issue. Probe of what a union official says related to the chief. All right. Maine Police Department shut down. Police department must shut down for 24 hours. And that's not just. See, I'm trying to get to two entire police departments shut down during FBI raids over massive DEA drug ring conspiracy. Let's. I mean, I'll have to rephrase that. Keep this. When you see this, when you see articles coming from this website, I have checked and I can just about thumbs up every single thing that they submit. Two entire police departments shut down during FBI raids over massive DEA drug ring conspiracy. Does that even, you got, how many alphabet agencies can we list? And how many agencies of cops can we list in one article? I mean, should I play that? Let's see. They're basically treating these buildings like crime scenes. I'm sorry. This is Louisiana here. We've got, the dirty South, basically. I don't really know how to say this. I want to see how Siri will say it. Tangia Pahoa? I don't really know. Let's see. Tangipahoa Parish. Okay. Before he started selling out his fellow criminal DEA cops, Dominic acknowledged that drugs had been stolen with the dual purpose of ingesting them and selling them for profit. He also admitted to selling cocaine that had been stored in evidence bags at the DEA's office in Metairie. Metairie? I don't know. Okay, during the raid on Dominique's house in January, authorities found a whopping 300 grams of cocaine, oxycodone, methadone, Xanax, and manila envelopes containing prescription medications. So, this person here, Dominique, was it says DEA task force member. So, that's what we just went over yesterday. And I wanted to also, it brought up a good point is Alex Jones's final thought on the Sandy Hook thing. Let's see what comes up. It was right here. Final statement. And I just, wanted to bring up the fact that there was a guy that was found in the woods, and he basically was ignored.
The same folks that got caught doing fake news broadcasts,
Oops.
people that got caught with fake guests.
Didn't mean to do that, but
reporters, the same people that got caught giving Hillary the debate questions beforehand, repeatedly. This is not a message for them. They're always going to lie. It's what they do. They're paid to do it. It's why they have almost no audience. But I do want to reach out to the victims of criminal crime out there, whether it be a baseball bat, a car,
let's see if I can.
a gun, a knife. I want to reach out to my listeners as well and just clarify where I stand on the reported tragedy at Sandy Hook that took place at that elementary school. For the last 3 or 4 years, it's been mainstream media's number one attack against me to say that I said that there was never anyone that actually died there. I've hosted debates between both sides, and I've been criticized by both sides. People that say that no one died there, and people that say that the official story is exactly as we've been told. And I've always said that I'm not sure about what really happened, but there's a lot of anomalies, and there has been a cover-up of whatever did happen there. There's a few clips Hillary used in her campaign of me out of context saying, I can see how people that look at all this evidence say no kids died there, this whole thing's a giant hoax, but at the same time, there is some evidence people died there. They take that out of context and misrepresent it. That's why they're the deceptive corporate media. But for those that do have an attention span for, say, 10 minutes or so, I will present to you
Sorry, guys.
the questions. And I'm going to be quite frank. I don't know what really happened. I know there are real mass shootings. I know people lose children. I'm a father. It hurts my heart. So I don't know what the truth is. All I know is
Yes,
the
Alex.
story of Sandy Hook has more holes in it
Let's get to it.
than Swiss cheese.
That's right.
There has been a shooting incident of some nature at Sandy Hook Elementary School.
Federal agents say they recovered 2 high-powered pistols from the scene and a semi-automatic
See, this I want you to
Bushmaster.
take note of one key thing.
There were actually 4 handguns recovered inside the school, not just 2 as we were initially told. 4 handguns, and apparently only handguns that were taken into the school.
All the ones that I know of at this point were caused by the long weapon.
This guy's a freaking joke. This guy's sick. That guy's sick. Magnificent thing. I mean, this guy's.
2 shooters were initially believed involved in the mass shooting. One of those shooters now dead.
They did walk a guy out of the woods. I saw him walk a guy out earlier with handcuffs.
See?
He walked by us and said he didn't do it.
It was a grown man.
A grown man, yeah. He's sitting in the front of the police car over there now.
How was he dressed?
Camo pants with a dark jacket.
Well, they.
Oh, you really? Wait. Well, hold up. Camo pants and a dark jacket. I don't know if we can pull this up. Let's see if I spelled everything. I'm sure I didn't. Yeah, let's look at images. I wanted to see if it would show Pachote doing that. Let's do that. We might as well just do. See, I don't know how many. Let's see. Make this a lot easier for everybody to see. We got this, of course. I wanted to get that picture that we just saw yesterday from inside of the high school. But I just, without having to go back. Let's see. Right here. See this? Dallas Daily Times. Look what they're wearing. See, this is the kind of stuff that these guys wear. I mean, they're just The way that this is described is totally indicative of, excuse me, I don't know how to, let's see, on this right here, there we go. Just get back right here where we were.
And I am told they are looking at this person as possibly a second shooter. Now,
It's
that
totally
changes
indicative
the
of the
dynamics here
type
today.
of
Their
events
entire lives ahead of them.
that we see.
Birthdays, graduations, weddings, kids at the home.
I mean, he's a worse actor than Lynn Beck with Lynn Beck's fake crime. Okay? I mean, this is disgusting.
Okay.
So my name's Robbie Parker.
One thing that's becoming somewhat of a concern, and that is misinformation that's being posted on social media sites. These issues are crimes. They will be investigated statewide and federally, and prosecution will take place when people perpetrating this information are identified.
Board members, these are your children. And you would let paramedics and EMTs into the building? You got 27 children declared dead within 8 minutes? Who does this? Who is so great at that job? I don't know if they staged this one, but the same familiar telltale signs are now coming out. Now, to be clear, corporate media wants to misrepresent what I've said, so this is not for them. But I'm going to do my best to lay out my questions here. I've got more than 20 news articles and video clips to go.
So,
Number one, the day before this tragic event happened, an email.
so Alex Jones, he gets into this even further. Obviously, you can see how much longer it goes. I just wanted to bring that up. You know, we're talking about fishing expeditions. We're talking about, you know, just nonstop. I might as well just turn this into like an extra little screen to play around with or something, you know, because it's fun watching this guy faster though too, you know. So I just, I just kind of want to bring up what's going on with a global aspect. Always ask yourself, keep digging, get down to what I talked about the other day was the bottom line period. Get down to it. Do some digging. And you always find that these people are behind every stinking thing. Everything that's going wrong with all of Georgia. The whole, just the whole everything. And it's all of America too, because what's going on in America is going on in Georgia. It's just worse in Georgia. Or it's just manifested to a higher degree maybe. Just bad decisions all the way around. And our whole entire world, I was thinking about it today, it's all just plastic, petroleum everywhere. Everywhere you look. Everything revolves around it. I've got just petroleum surrounding me everywhere. So ask yourselves, this generation, my generation, the ones who are going to make the change, do you want to live in a world where we're raised around, just surrounded by a chemical that can basically turn you into something different or mutate your genetic disposition? And you just got, so like I was talking about, you ingest estrogen without realizing it every day. BPA, petroleum-based products, agricultural pesticides. See, when I call out, like, say, Ellis Black or something like that, when I don't see any action coming from you people, I'm going to call you all out. You guys can't be sitting on these seats for this long without having any action. We don't see anything good going on in the state of Georgia when it comes to getting rid of crap like this, because you have to ban this. This is how you get rid of the issues with basically terrorism. I mean, it just bottom line boils down to this. You just look at let's look at pictures of Dubai. This is what happens basically, you know. We turn these people into like a freaking, you know, filthy rich individuals over a petrol dollar when we don't need that. For one thing, we do actually have oil. We can wean ourselves off of it with our own resources, is what I suggest Trump do, or anybody. Wean ourselves off of it with our own resources because you're going to die, obviously. It's like we're addicted to heroin. You can't just completely go cold turkey with petroleum. It's not going to happen. Get it out of your stupid heads. Anybody that thinks that we can do that, you're retarded. You're insane. You don't have any kind of logic about you. You need to go to school. Okay, you need to go get educated to some degree. We all need to get educated, but it's just frustrating to see these beautiful images here and what's going on here. And I'm not saying I agree with all this. I don't want a concrete freaking palace. I don't like this. I want to see. I like human beings being living in close proximity, but yet coexisting with nature to the degree that we're not destroying nature, the life, the animals, plants, and just spewing this garbage all over the place. Just everywhere. Look at this. Look, all these different plastic things everywhere. Hard plastic everywhere. You check the types of containers that you get. You get glass instead, and this right here is horrible. I think this has probably caused a lot of children to suffer because when you're a child and you just douse this kind of crap on to a child and it gets in their skin, especially at such a young age, you don't think that's going to have an effect? I mean, all these chemicals in your hair, these dyes, and people get these red tattoos. Red tattoos are linked with mercury. So, yeah, it looks kind of cool on your skin, but from what I understand, oops, sorry. Ah, ooh, gross. Oh my god. Ugh, I don't want to see that. Um, sorry guys. Let's see. In the ink, do all tattoo pigments use mercury and other toxic? And then it goes on. Can cause skin reactions. The term tattoo itself means puncture of the skin. But we just see here, red causes the most problems. Most other colors of standard tattoo ink are also derived from heavy metals. So, bad news for tattoos. Natural news. See, that, like I said, well, time out. Let's see. But natural news is always a really good spot, mercury, lead, arsenic. So be careful what you guys are doing to your body. I just want to, it's all related because our mental establishment is behind all of this because we have to go through that first. You have to openly to yourself and to the world say, I'm not going to take this kind of stuff anymore. And collectively, we're going to get together. I'm going to open my mouth and say no. Just that one simple word. And once we say no collectively, then that's it. There's no more. We're not going to keep hearing about the same tyrants over and over again, ruining our communities. I wanted to, I talked about digging. So let's go with, I know about this one particular area. And if you guys are familiar, we'll go to Wiregrass Technical College, Valdosta, Georgia. And we're going to go to maps with Google. And right now we'll close this. We're going to go to satellite. And now what we'll do, oops, sorry I tend to do that. We're going to try to maintain. We're going to zoom out just a shallow, a bit. See, she's shallow road right there. I'm sorry. We're going to kind of just come on over here. And I just have a question. It's just something, if you guys know, I am very curious. What in the hell is going on right there? What is that? Would you like to tell? I mean, you guys like to explain what in the world? Look at all this now. And this has been going on for years. Hold up. Let's keep going out. To where there are, there was I'm sorry, excuse me, sinkhole that happened right here. Right around here. In this area here, right around this curve, see? And you come around here, you come around this curve, and then here, see, that's been changed. And you can see a road, you can see this right here. See, there was a sinkhole, and they went around the thing. So I don't know what happened. But see, look at all this crap. You see all this? Just digging and digging and digging until you see pure white snow. Is that snow? I don't think that's snow. And they've been doing that for a long time. And look at this wall. Look at this wall of trees right here. So that when you drive by, and this wall of trees right here, you can't see this going on. Excuse me. And they come up here and they just do this all day, every day, just near, just dump truck, constantly going, bam, bam, bam. So whoever this is right here, dump trucks have just been going from this location to right here and back, and wherever they go, probably wherever they go, they're just dropping rocks and all kind of whatever else that anybody else has to sweep up. Doesn't matter, just anything. Like I said, that sinkhole probably had something to do with it. I mean, you can't say that you dig this deep into the earth and basically cause this giant crater, that you're not going to cause other things to happen around the area and the surrounding area. The only reason that this is all standing up is because of trees. You've got this wall of trees right here protecting this area here. But this right here is not. And then that's when you had the problem. And guess who pays for that? So I just want you to know that. It goes on and on and on with your tax dollar. And we got to get to the point of, like I said, saying no. You can see, look how far we can see this from. I mean, it's just crazy. I can still see it. But look at all these other spots that look kind of similar to something like that. I mean, I don't even know. It's just all over the place. We don't even know what all's going on, guys. We got to talk together. We got to communicate. We have to have a repository. And so we can get to the bottom of what all's going on and what needs to be done to stop anything that's going on that's going to affect our children, it's going to affect you, it's going to affect our future. Because otherwise we're going to end up like this. Look at this. Look how dead that is. I mean, we're all going to be dead. We're not going to have anything left. I don't even know what I'm zooming in on. Look at this. They say you can find some funny stuff out here, some cool stuff. That's pretty crazy. What is this? Just random. Interesting. And all these roads just go all. Look at this crap. Looks like a spider web. Look at that. Wow. Look what I just zoomed in at, just randomly. There we go. You guys remember that? All right. So, anyways, we're gonna close it up, and that's it. We're just gonna look for the disposition ASAP, and like I was mentioning, calling more of the Department of Justice and so forth. We've got to get to that. I've got so much going on. So I'm just like the rest of you guys. I'm not made of money at the moment, but I'm bringing up major points. God's working. Obviously, this has happened for a reason. This is for you guys to know this what happened. There's no other explanation for any of this. You guys are supposed to know. You're meant to know what happened. And I'll get into more details of it. It's just late right now, so I'll have to cut it short right now. We're going to get into more of the specifics. And we're gonna combat this fishing expedition one thing at a time. I know you guys thought that was gonna be funny and real cool, but it's not. It's not funny. It's not cool. You got to get to the bottom of it. So thank you guys for paying attention. I love you guys. I'm gonna keep doing my best. I'm just one man army here to some degree, and it's like the rest of you. I know so many people that work really hard, and they do a lot of work by themselves. They just do so much, and other people around them, are just caught up in just doing much of nothing, or they're victims. They're victims in some way, shape, or form of the whole twisted culture at this point that we have to change. So I love you guys. Take it easy, and have a great evening, great day. We're going to keep counting, and we're going to get to resolve. So thank you. I love you guys. Bye.